Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is TOCHI Uzo. Welcome. This is my first official video ever. You feel me? Like, as far as like a talking head video. I ain't got no scripts. I got nothing written. You feel me? I'm just going off the dome. Straight freestyle just for y'all. You feel me? Because I just want to be one-to-one with y'all and, you know, tell y'all where I'm at right now and where I'm finna go. So follow me on my journey. I appreciate y'all. We gonna look back at this video and be like, damn, like, it's been a minute, you feel me? So just to cut a long story short, like I said, my name is TOCHI Uzo. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I grew up in the Valley. Every weekend I'm out in LA, the city, you feel me? So obviously I know LA, Southern California like the back of my hand. I'm a music producer, I'm an engineer, I'm an entrepreneur. I also have a tech background. When I was younger, I used to build video games, I used to code. I still code here and there, but that used to be like my real life, what I did 24/7. On top of that with music too. As far as my music background goes, I've been playing music all my life. When I was in the diapers, my dad had a stereo system, I would break it apart, put it back together, just trying to figure out how music worked and like how his stereo system worked. From there, my parents saw that I had an interest in music, like all the stuff that my parents was listening to, I was basically like asking them a bunch of questions. So from there, my mom, she decided to put me in clarinet in like 4th grade, 5th grade. And I was the best at the school. I was so good that from there, I feel like the parents back then, they were kind of like, I don't want to say jealous, but they kind of felt a certain type of way because I was doing all the solos and with the clarinet. So they turned it into like a duet. So they forced another kid to come and perform with me, and it's all good, you feel me? So from there, I just kept doing music, kept doing music. Got to middle school. I mean, I was always playing basketball too, but got to middle school playing basketball. Then I got to high school. I was like, you know what, man, music ain't getting the honeys. So I did football. I was good at football. That's the one regret that I do have. I wish I didn't like take a break from music, because I would have continued doing it. So long story short, came back into music really officially when I was like 18. My friend at the time, Toomey, he put me on to this program called Reason. And then we was at my other friend / mentor, his name is Sumtho. We was at his house and I was learning how to use Reason from there, you know what I'm saying? And then bounced around cribs to my other mentor / homie, his name is JP, the Peppered Goat. And we were all making music together, you feel me? So I was just out there making music, grinding, making some trash beats. But back then I was like, yo, this is the hardest stuff ever. As a producer, you should always feel like your stuff is hard. Even if you look back at it and you're like, man, it's trash, you feel me? So from that point on, I just continued doing music. Fell in love with the LA sound, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm from LA, fell in love with it, started producing it. Met with a lot of artists, done a lot of stuff, started mixing stuff, started dropping stuff, and here I am today. With coding, building apps, building all kinds of stuff, you feel me? Like I was like really super nerdy into that, and I still am. I'm forever gonna be a nerd. Because of that, I was able to get a job. So I needed the money, got a job, and then from there, I got my first job at 19. I was making $60K back then, you feel me? Like that was like the 120K today, you know what I'm saying? Like back then. So I was out there grinding, doing it, leveling up, 60K, 90K, 6 figures, more 6 figures. But the thing is, I was never happy. I was never, ever happy working a 9 to 5. I remember when I first got my first job, my dad was happy for me, but he told me, he was like, you don't need this, right? And when he told me that, I was like, it bothered me because I'm like, what you mean I don't need this, man? Like, I'm broke. I need money. You feel me? But like my dad being an Igbo man from Nigeria, entrepreneurial spirit, 100%. Serial entrepreneur, has so many businesses. And, God rest his soul, even to the day he died, he ran so many businesses. Like, my dad was the definition of a hustler, man. Like, he will look at something and he'll figure out how to turn it into money. And to be candid with you, I think for me, I grew up a little bit scared in the sense that I had a deep scarcity issue when it came to money. And it wasn't my dad's fault or anything like that. It was just the way I was looking at money. Yeah, family-wise, everybody got things going on in their family. And, let me actually take that back. The things that were going on in our family, we had like a rough patch. And I think when I started to understand money, that kind of created that scarcity mentality in me. But from there, I learned that, you know what, man, like there's money everywhere and it's time to be abundant. With that being said, that taught me a lot, man. So my dad was a serial entrepreneur. So just to cut a long story short, I got to a point where I was, working. And I always hated working, man. Like I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, man. I was the type of person where, I always felt like, all right, let me do like the bare minimum. You feel me? Like, let me do the bare minimum and let me just do enough so that we meet our deadlines, we meet our this, we meet our that. So with my last job, I'm not obviously gonna say no names, but there was one person there. She was an asshole. She was just terrible, man. And she was out to get me. But I had that mentality though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did have this mentality like she was out to get me. But the thing is though, I don't even think it was she was out to get me. I think it's just the way God designed it, because I asked him, I'm like, God, look, man, I want to be this entrepreneur. I want to be like my dad, man. I want to make it. I don't want to work for nobody. I want to keep doing what I got to do, etc. This, that, and the third. You feel me? So from that point on, the stars aligned, and it just so happens that I ended up getting let go. And that's the thing that like really annoyed me, because it's like a lot of people in corporate America know about this. Before you get let go, they make you jump through so many hoops. You feel me? They make you jump through so many hoops. They make you do all this impossible stuff. And then once you do the impossible stuff, they're literally looking at it like, damn, he did it. You know what I'm saying? So they just got to be candid and then cut you off. So that's the thing that really like annoyed me, but that was the biggest lesson. And also what annoyed me too about that was my wife, 6 months pregnant at the time, got our second child on the way, no money coming in. You feel me? I gotta scramble. I gotta figure out what to do. And then I pretty much like just tapped into everything my dad said. From that point on, obviously my daughter's here, thank God, safe and sound, you feel me? And from there, it just really taught me a lot. And it really taught me that no human being is coming to save you. No human being is coming to save you. Like, God gave you free will. You feel me? And that's like the beautiful thing that humans abuse. You feel me? Like, you got free will. You can do whatever you want. So it's a blessing that it's a blessing that you're alive today. It's a blessing that you woke up today, because God could take your breath and that's it. You feel me? Like, that's it. Or you could sit here and blow it, and that's it. So it's a blessing that you're here right now. So what you finna do with the 24 hours that you got right now? So I had to ask myself that question. Even now, I'm a human being. So even though I have this brilliant plan on, this is finna go like this, this is finna go like this, finna go like that, like, we all mess up. We might trip and fall, but it's not about how many times you trip and fall. It's about how you pick yourself back up and keep it pushing. You feel me? Because like, if you trip and fall and you're like, oh my God, I'm done, I'm stupid, I'm done, I messed up, I did this, I did that, you're just gonna keep being a failure. So you gotta have a winner's mentality. So all in all, I say all that to say, this is why I'm making this video right now, because I've actually been producing for a long time. A lot of people locally in LA know me. I've been in a lot of studios. I met with a lot of people. A lot of people's been wondering like, yo, Tochi, man, you make a lot of good music, man, but we just don't see you out there. We don't see your stuff out there. We don't see this, we don't see that, bro. You got a lot to talk about. You got a lot to say. You got a lot to this, you got a lot to that. The truth is, I've been just trying to be perfect. I don't know if y'all remember when like producers and artists had that mysterious type of vibe, like, oh, you know, they didn't post nothing. Nobody knew what they was doing, but they was dropping bangers. I was adopting that mentality when nobody knew who I was. You feel me? I had hard drive songs. You feel me? I didn't have stuff out there. Today is 2024. We're going on 2025, and those days are long gone. It's all about content, social media, putting yourself out there. So this is me putting myself out there, and this is me being honest. I want to build a network of producers and engineers and artists and like-minded individuals, you feel me, that they just love the music and they just want to keep creating. And yeah, y'all, you feel me? That's my story. That's my spiel. More to come. So that's that. I love y'all. Stay tuned for the next stuff. Peace.